Good Thursday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Tristan Peterson, and let's go ahead and talk about the weather for your Thursday. Starting off, what is going on right now throughout the entire state of South Carolina? Well, it looks pretty dry right now. Have some rainfall going on up here inside of the um, northern parts of Georgia, maybe along that border with South Carolina. But other than that, looking dry, and we do have some fog currently going on over here in the parts of the Grand Strand and the PD areas from Dillon to Florence to Marion to Conway, Carolina Forest, and all of these areas. Now, what about for the entire U.S.? We do have some flash flooding in Ohio as well as Indiana, Tennessee, and then even inside of Illinois. We do also have some rainfall in Pennsylvania and Minnesota and even Arizona as well. Florida also receiving in on some shower activity as we speak. Now, what's going on in terms of cloud cover activity? We do see some cloud cover activity in the upstate, the Midlands, the PD, the Grand Strand, Low Country, all areas receiving cloud cover. Some of them denser than others, but for the most part, cloud cover is definitely taking over. Cloud cover for the future. Watch as we go on and push this forward into the later on this morning, going into the afternoon. Cloud cover activity does seem to be here with us, but it's not as widespread. Even as we get to around 3, 4, 5 p.m. here or so, cloud cover again just staying more on the isolated to scattered side. But as we move more into the nighttime hours here, going into Friday at 12 a.m., cloud cover activity really does remain present up there inside of the upstate areas, parts of the Midlands as well. Now for our current temperatures, we're talking about 82 Somerville, 84 Charleston, as well as 84 in Beaufort, 83 Hilton Head Island, and 84 in Georgetown, Murray's Inlet, Myrtle Beach, 80 in Orangeburg, as well as Columbia, 78 in Newbury, as well as Lawrence, Greenville, and then 77 in Spartanburg and Gaffney. Now for our air quality, looks like that the majority of us are going to be inside of that moderate category. That moderate category is not too bad, but it definitely can be better. And so if you're in the yellow area, just make sure that you're watching for that air quality for today if you're outside for a long period of time. Now, what about for our high temperatures for today? Talking about 97 in Greenville, 96 Spartanburg, 99 Columbia, 98 Orangeburg, and as well as 95 in Moncks Corner, 97 Walterboro, 93 in Charleston, 92 Georgetown, 90 inside of Myrtle Beach. And then for our heat index values for today, it's going to be hot, not as hot as it has been, for Monday and Tuesday was, but definitely a lot cooler than what those 2 days were, but still hot. Still hot, 110 in Charleston, 105 Hilton Head Island, 104 Myrtle Beach, 108 Columbia, 101 Spartanburg, Lawrence, 102 Greenville. So yeah, like I said, still hot, especially up there for the upstate. Those temperatures didn't really change much, but compared to 115 to 118 degrees in some of those spots in near the coastal areas in the Low Country and the Grand Strand, this is definitely a big improvement. Now, in terms of winds for today, winds are going to be calm, around, as low as 1 mile an hour to maybe even close to around 10 miles per hour. So it's going to be, not too bad, but you could feel a little bit of a wind gust here and there of up to around 10 to 15 miles per hour. But like I said, it's still not really that bad, and still pretty calm. Rainfall for the next 24 hours, 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch possible up there for Rock Hill, Winsboro, Cheraw, going into Kingstree, Orangeburg, Charleston, Georgetown. These areas all have around 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch, and they maybe even a 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch for areas like Moncks Corner. And then a quarter of an inch, maybe even to a half an inch is possible for some areas as well. So we have a good amount to watch for here in terms of rainfall for the next 24 hours. And with that chance of rainfall, does come a little risk of severe weather for today. We have a risk of isolated damaging winds of up to 60 miles per hour with some storms. If you're in the upstate, the Midlands, the PD, you have a risk of severe weather for today. And so that's, again, from like Columbia to Florence to Aiken, all the way up into the upstate. Again, isolated flash flooding is not really expected for this as much, but isolated damaging winds definitely is a possibility here. Definitely is a possibility as we go into today in the dark green. If you're in the light green, you could see a thunderstorm and it could be strong. So don't let your guards down either. Crazy score right now, we're at a 10. Pleasant conditions right now throughout the state. We have an alert in effect. Obviously, that special weather statement where some fog is ongoing in areas of the PD and the Grand Strand, but conditions, we're at a 4. And then for excessive rainfall, like I said, not really expected. It's like right along the tip of that of that line, that state line from South Carolina and North Carolina, but it's staying mostly inside of the good category for us here in the state. So let's go on now and take a look at the models. Time is at the bottom part of your screen. Please make sure that you go and pay attention to that. We start off here at 8 o'clock in the morning. And just as we push this forward into this afternoon, 12 to 1 o'clock p.m., 1 o'clock p.m. comes in, and we're starting to see some showers and some downpour activity going on near Georgetown, going on in just that general vicinity by around 1 to 2 p.m. But then as we move to around 5 p.m., 6 p.m., all the way to around 7, 8 p.m., we start to see again rainfall activity, maybe some thunderstorm activity pop up in the Midlands and the PD areas by, around 6 o'clock. And then moving forward, you see some more shower activity, some more storm activity by around 10 to 12 o'clock in the morning. And so this could be the risk right here, but also look at Alabama, look at Georgia, look at North Carolina. You can see that there definitely is a line of showers and storms kind of moving through there. What's that going to show as we move throughout the next, honestly, I'd say past like these next 18 hours or so, only time will tell. Only time will tell for sure. But I mean, like I said, we have rainfall, shower, storm activity moving in, around 1 to 2 p.m. throughout the low country, the Grand Trent areas, and kind of just staying with us as we move all the way into the evening hours. And then there goes all that shower and storm activity by around 9 to 10 p.m., bringing in that risk of isolated damaging winds of up to 60 miles per hour all the way through to 12 to maybe even 1 o'clock in the morning. But that's pretty much all that we're looking at in terms of the models. For today, again, flash flooding is not really expected. You're not really expected to see much. I mean, some areas could see a good amount of rainfall for sure. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there was a little flood advisory that was issued because I can see areas that could get up to around 2.5 inches of rainfall, if not more. Now, in terms of the NHC, for National Hurricane Center, no tropics, nothing in the tropics is expected over the next 7 days, so we're good there. And then that's all I have to say. So if you've not hit the like button yet or the subscribe button yet, please go ahead and do so. Also hit the share button, share with all the people that you know, friends, family members, acquaintances, people that you don't talk to regularly because it's free and it always will be. I will be back tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. with your Thursday evening forecast update. My apologies for no forecast update yesterday. Last night, internet went out, a storm came through, knocked the internet out till around 9 o'clock. So, was not able to go live last night. But if if no storm obviously comes in, we will be back here live. So I'll be back then. Hit those two buttons before you leave if you are new.